Good morning, children. Good morning. So, as part of the lesson, we are going to continue the lesson with Shakespeare's Retold, the summary. The summary of the lesson that Shakespeare's Retold, we are going to give some part of the introduction of William Shakespeare's now. Then we have to take the playwright of the story there. William Shakespeare. So I think you know about William Shakespeare and what are the works and what are the plays that he had been seen, and also he has given the works of literature to the language, what are the achievements and what is the performance of the total play of these William Shakespeare's. We shall see the introduction of himself, and also even we can admire the works and the beauty of the poem William Shakespeare in his introduction. Then we can also have to remember for himself that he had given number of sonnets, the beauty of the lyricism of the works of the plays that has been given even in today's session. So we will see what are the important points that are being given in today's session. Now we shall start with the introduction of this William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, he was born in the year of 1564 to the year of 1616. He is considered the greatest dramatist. He is considered the greatest dramatist. You can see who is the person of these works that he had done. The greatest dramatist is there, and he is also one of the poet of the English language. So you can see he is the poet. He belongs to the words of the poetry, and that is being given in our language in the hands of the Shakespeare also. English drama, he has achieved matchless brilliance. So he has achieved the matchless brilliance that first shown both of his history plays. So you are going to see the brilliance of the first stone or the first shown of his early hands. And what are these things? We shall also see how the play of the early historic play that becomes into the story now. So we shall give the introduction of himself by the considering of the person, whatever the works that has been created by the background of himself. And we are going to see what exactly in this lesson of Shakespeare's Retold that combines to the giving of the knowledge by the knowing of this drama there. And now we shall start with the himself of this person. William Shakespeare, he was born in the year of 1564 to 1616, and he is considered the greatest dramatist. He is considered the greatest dramatist and the poet of English language in Shakespeare's hands. So in Shakespeare's hands, English drama achieved a matchless brilliance. So in this itself, in the works of art and literature, from this itself, English drama achieved, means you can see the novels, playwrights and the dramas, and also even the songs also. You can have to see the achievement of the matchless brilliance which has been given in the first shown forth of his early history plays, such as those based on the ruins of Henry. So these are based upon the ruins of Henry VI and the Richard II and Richard III. Maturing into romantic comedy, maturing into the romantic comedy as you like it, and a midnight summer's dream. So you can see a midnight, a midsummer's night dream, and family reaching its zenith in the greatest tragedies. So you can see the zenith in the great tragedies, Hamlet, King Lear, and Macbeth, and these are the romances of the Tempest, where the Shakespeare is remembered for his many sonnets there, and the beauty of the lyricism of the works are even admired for today's thing. So also you can see these are the historic plays which may be taken into these. What are these? Those are the bad reigns of ruins means the ruling of Henry IV and Henry VI, as well as the Richard II and Richard III, maturing into the romantic comedy as you like, a Midsummer's Night Dream, and finally reaching its zenith in the great tragedies. So, Hamlet is there, King Lear is there, and Macbeth is there in the romances such as the Tempest. Shakespeare is also remembered for his many sonnets. The beauty and lyricism is again even they are admired even today also. So now you can see what is the introduction of the great and tragic plays there. Julius Caesar is one of the Shakespeare's great tragic plays. So Julius Caesar is one of the Shakespeare's great tragic plays. It opens with a great celebration in the streets of Rome. So it opens with a great celebration in the streets of Rome. The Roman general and the statesman in the Julius Caesar has returned. So you can see Julius Caesar is one of the greatest. So you can see the great tragic plays there. So this opens with the celebration in the streets of the people of Rome. The Roman general and the statesman, the Roman general and the statesman Julius Caesar has returned from a battle by the defeating of the rivals there. So this Julius Caesar is the person who has returned from the battle after defeating his political rivals there. So how he has returned from the great battlefield of these defeating of the political rivals who are against this Julius Caesar. Rome is a republic. So Rome is a republic and governed by the elected noble men. So you see what is the political adoption of the rivals are the political conditions where you are going to look at in the country of Rome. And this Rome people is again, it is a republic country and it is governed by the elected noble men. So this is governed by the elected noblemen. Some of them fear. So some of them fear that Caesar is popular among the common citizens. So some of them afraid or some of them fear because you can see he is a popular person among the common citizens and he has the support of army. Because you can see by the seeing of a person, one can see that he is the most person where we are going to be afraid, or you can see from the eyes of a person, you can get the inconvenient thing that may seen in the eyes of the other person there. Some of them fear because Caesar means again, what is the special quality about this Caesar there? Who is popular among the common citizens and has support of the army and has the support of the army there. So that Caesar is a person who is having the support of the army. They could seize power and declare himself as a king. So he is saying that he could could seize power there, means he could hold the power, means he could stop the power and make the people to declare himself as a king. He own itself, he can do what are the things that are there, and he can have the interest in giving of the broad expansion that he is himself making to be a king. Many Roman politicians, including Cassius and Brutus, see here, including the two people, many Roman politicians are there. In these politicians, the including of these Cassius and Brutus, watch Caesar rise to interest of Rome's people. They watch rise to the political power with suspicion there. So you can see these are the two persons, Cassius and Brutus. They watch Caesar rise to political power with suspicion. So suspicion means one person has to suspect the other. While Cassius is outright jealous, so you can see, while Cassius is outright jealous, Brutus has larger interests of Rome's people at heart. Then Brutus is saying that I am having the larger interests of Rome people there at my heart. Then Cassius, he says, Casca and other politicians persuade Brutus that Caesar must be killed in order to save the Rome. He says in the sayings of these Cassius and Brutus, that Brutus says that we have to kill. Brutus has a larger interest in the Rome's people at the heart of at the Cassius there, and what he says, Caesar must be killed in order to save the Rome. So what he says is, in order to save the people of the Rome, the Caesar has to be killed. The thought troubles Brutus because Caesar has been a friend to him. So Caesar is a close friend of Brutus itself. In the characters of the starting of the lesson itself, we gave that Brutus is a person, he is a Roman politician who helped in the murder of Caesar. And Antony is a person, he is very close a friend to the Caesar there. And you can see how this Cassius and these Brutus make the person, the Caesar, giving in the giving of he must be killed in order to save of the Rome of the people there. The thought troubles Brutus because Caesar has been a friend to him. So Brutus says that I want that Rome of the people required himself, but however he has to give himself to the death, that Caesar must be killed in order to save the Rome of the public or to save the Rome of the people, whatever the things that is to be given in the political recovery there. The thought troubles Brutus because Caesar has been friend to him. He was being there a friend towards himself, but he agrees to join the conspiracy because he thinks that it is the best for the country. He thinks that it is best for the country. During a Senate meeting, so during a Senate meeting where that Republic of the Rome has been started, the capital, Rome's legislative assembly, the conspirators brutally stabbed Caesar to death. Finally, they gave the legislative assembly the conspiracy words of the brutally said that he has to be given a warning of death. The peoples of Rome are confused and they agitated, means they gave the initiation in the murder of the person who is very giving of the words of these popular leaders and demand answers there. So the people of Rome are confused and they are agitated, means they are against the murder of this popular leader there, and they emotionally given the confused agitation of the murder of a popular leader there, and demand answers that are being given whoever they are the people of Rome. Now you can see the text. You have just read a prose paragraph and extract of the Act 3 and Scene 2 of the Shakespeare's play. Now just you have read what is prose and what is paraphrase of an extract from Act 3 is given, and Scene 2 of the Shakespeare's play is there. The original extract may be found. The original extract may be found in appendix after this lesson. You can see what is there in the lesson here. Brutus calms the restless crowd of commoners. Then you can say that Brutus calms the restless crowd of commoners there. He explains to the Roman citizens. He again explains to the Roman citizens his fears concerning or concerning the Caesar's ambition there, and why it was necessary to kill him. So why it was necessary to kill the Caesar there. After listening to his speech, the crowd is convinced. You can see, after listening his speech, the crowd is convinced that Brutus and the conspirators, Brutus and the conspirators did the right thing. They are saying that Brutus and the conspirators, they did the good thing or the right thing. They praise him. Again, they praised this person for assassinating Caesar to his death there and delivering Rome from the evils of dictatorship. So, if he is being assassinated, we can see or we can gain the ruling of the dictatorship of these thing there. Caesar's friend Mark Antony then addresses the crowd. Then he addresses the crowd. So Antony is a what he is a friend of, he is a close friend of Caesar. But Brutus is a person who helped in the murder of Caesar there and delivering Rome from the evils of dictatorship. Caesar's friend Mark Antony then addresses the crowd, as it is a tradition to speak at the funeral of a leader. So you can see that then he was being warned by conspirators not to say anything against them. Antony does not say anything directly against the conspirators, but instead they said he reminds that the crowd of Caesar's may services, the crowd of Caesar's many services to Rome. So he reminds, he says, he directly says what he says. He says directly against the conspirators. Instead, he reminds the works of Caesar's many services which are being given to the Rome. His praise of Caesar always means his praise, Antony's words of Caesar sways the crowd, who now turn against the conspirators again. So after this, Antony has given his words about the Caesar. Now the people of the Rome were again being to be in against of conspirators there. This scene shows the power of oratory. So you can see this scene shows the power of oratory, which is the art formal speaking. You can see that which is the art formal speaking in public there. We see two men speak at cross purposes, each using rhetorical devices. So each, we see two men, you are going to see with the near place of the person, purposes there, each using rhetorical devices to persuade the audience there. Then Brutus attempts justify the assassination of Julius Caesar. Brutus attempts to justify the assassination of Julius Caesar. He appeals to the crowd's wisdom. He appeals to the crowd's wisdom and a sense of humor there, and and request them to give him a fair hearing. You can see that this is a fair hearing. We shall say, he says that his love for Caesar was great. His love for Caesar was great, but his love for a free Rome was greater there. Finally, he claims that Caesar was growing ambitious. He claims that Caesar was growing ambitious, and that under the latest dictatorship of Romans would live as slaves. He concludes that he has offended no one by killing Caesar. He was instead rendered the citizens of great Rome and his service. The commoners call for the various honors to be bestowed upon Brutus, their, their service. So you can see he was offended no one by killing Caesar, but has instead rendered the citizens of Rome and a great service. The commoners call for various honors to be bestowed upon the Brutus. They are so impressed and even talk of making Brutus their king, the very thing that prompted Brutus and the other conspirators to kill Caesar there. So you can see they are so impressed by the last itself, you can see, but has instead rendered the citizens of Rome with a great service there. The commoners, so the people, you can see the commoners call for various honors to be bestowed upon the Brutus, because the common people of the Rome are believing the Brutus. They were so impressed, they even talk of making Brutus as their king. They were interested in the making. The Roman people are having the interest in making the Brutus as a king.
చెప్పు నువ్వు 22 minutes
Then this Brutus has a king there. The very king that prompted Brutus and other conspirators to kill Caesar there. So you can see, what you can see, you can have, it is the very thing, or it is the very thing that prompted Brutus and other conspirators to kill Caesar there. Then when Caesar's friend Antony comes to the people, so you can see now, when Caesar's friend Antony comes to the people to address the crowd. So when these, you can see that Antony comes to the people to address the crowd, public opinion is very much in favor of the conspirators. He is going to see, and he is going to take the public opinion is very much in favor of the conspirators there. So Antony cannot condemn the conspirators without harm to himself. So you can see that here Antony cannot condemn the conspirators, and even also he can't give even this Caesar as a making himself as a praising a friend there. He claims that he had no intention of praising his dead friend. So also he can't even praise the friend of Antony there. He praises the mothers instead as honorable men. So he makes that this is the thing. He claims that he had no intention of praising his dead friend. He praises the murderers instead as honorable men. He says that if Caesar was ambitious as described by Brutus, then his murder was indeed justified there. So you can see that this, what you can see, he says that if Caesar was ambitious as described by Brutus, then his murder, so you can see his murder was indeed justified there. However, he presents many arguments. So he presents many arguments to prove that Caesar was not ambitious, while at the same time enumerating Caesar's good qualities. He uses emotional appeals to stir the crowd there. So you can see that he is the person, then his murder was indeed justified. However, he presents many arguments to prove that Caesar was not ambitious, while at the same time enumerating Caesar's good qualities. He uses emotional appeal to stir the crowd there. Not once does he say anything against the conspirators. You can see that he he does say anything about the conspirators there, but his clever speech hits his mark there. The crowd reasons that if Caesar was not ambitious as claimed by Brutus, then his murder was grave injustice. If it is like that, we shall see that this was the markup of the clear, that it is up to its mark there. The crowd reasons that if Caesar was not ambitious, then he was not being claimed by Brutus. Then he suggests that the crowd reasons if Caesar was not ambitious, he was not claimed by Brutus, and his murder was injustice to them. The mood of the commoners changes sharply once again, and they now cry for the blood of murderers there. This short extract demonstrates two instances the power of words there. Though through the skill of use of well-chosen language, through the use of well-chosen language, both Brutus and Antony managed to persuade their audience for the correctness of their respective thoughts and deeds. Shakespeare shows us the importance of mastery, the ability to communicate effectively, a skill that you should practice and perfect for success in your personal and professional lives there. So you can see at last this shortest extract demonstrates two instances of the power of words there. Through the skillful of well-chosen language, both these Brutus and Antony manage the persuade of their audience of the correctness in the respective of thoughts and their deeds. Shakespeare shows us the importance of mastering the ability of the communication effectively, a skill that you practice and perfect for success in your personal and professional lives there. The play continues after the scene in the following manner. The common people of the Rome not and kill the conspirators they managed to catch. Brutus and Cassius flee from the city. At last, Brutus and Cassius flee from the city. Antony and his supporters gather the enemy army to defeat Brutus and its supporters there. Then lastly, finally, Brutus and Cassius flee from the city, and Antony and his supporters gather to gather an army to defeat Brutus and its supporters of suspicion, mistrust, and a series of misunderstandings led to the Brutus and Cassius, and Antony's army emerges in triumphant. Antony praises Brutus as the noblest man of all and orders a proper formal funeral for him. So at last he gives, Antony praises Brutus as he is the noblest form of the Roman people, and he follows the orders of the formal funeral for this person by praising the Brutus there. So this is a summary which has been given in the lesson William Shakespeare's Retold, as the drama continues. We shall continue in one more session of the class in the next session.